Do you think you've seen all the coolest motorcycles from the 70s? Think again. Some of the rarest bikes from that era are almost impossible to find today. And what's even crazier is that most people have never even heard of them. I'm talking about the motorcycles that only a few collectors have ever laid eyes on. Some so rare, they're practically myths. Stick around because in just a minute I'm going to reveal 15 of the rarest US motorcycles from the 70s that you've probably never seen before. Number 1. 1970. Harley-Davidson 750 SS Supersport. Harley-Davidson was, at the time, famous for its heavyweight cruisers, but in 1970 they ventured into uncharted territory with the 750 SS Supersport. This model was built to compete with the sleek European bikes that were taking the market by storm. The 750 SS was powered by a 750 cubic centimeters overhead valve V-twin engine, a departure from Harley's typical engines. It featured more advanced suspension and a sportier design meant to offer faster, more agile handling, but it didn't quite fit the American market, which was more into cruisers. The 750 SS had a short production run with only around 1,500 bikes produced, making it a rare find today. Despite its short-lived presence, it was a step toward Harley's modernization and is now considered an important piece of their history. Number 2. 1971. Kawasaki H1 Mach 3. This bike is a legend in the world of motorcycles. The 1971 Kawasaki H1 Mach 3 was a game-changer, known for its insane 500 cubic centimeters, 3-cylinder engine, which made it one of the fastest motorcycles of its time. Its aggressive design and engine configuration made it a terrifying bike to ride, and many considered it a rocket on 2 wheels. Unfortunately, its speed came at a price. It was very hard to control, especially for less experienced riders. Despite being an absolute powerhouse, Kawasaki produced the H1 Mach 3 in relatively low numbers, and its poor handling discouraged many buyers. Today, it's one of the most sought-after bikes among collectors and speed junkies who appreciate its unique engineering. Number 3. 1973 Honda CB 504. The Honda CB 504 was a true pioneer in its class, being one of the first Japanese bikes to feature a 4-cylinder engine. Released in 1971, it marked a significant shift in the motorcycle world, as most of the competition was still using 2-cylinder engines. By 1973, the CB 504 was in its prime, offering a smooth and reliable ride that made it popular among riders who wanted something that combined the performance of a sport bike with the comfort of a cruiser. However, the demand for larger engines soon outpaced the CB 504's 500 cubic centimeters engine, and it was discontinued after a short production run. Today, these bikes are very hard to find, especially in original condition, and they are a must-have for vintage Japanese bike collectors. Number 4. 1971 BSA Rocket 3. The BSA Rocket 3 was an attempt by the British manufacturer to compete with the rapidly growing American and Japanese motorcycle markets. It was designed to take on the likes of Harley-Davidson and Triumph, featuring a 750 cubic centimeters triple-cylinder engine. When it was first released, the Rocket 3 was hailed as one of the most powerful bikes on the market, offering excellent performance and an iconic design. However, production was limited, and the bike's high price tag, combined with BSA's financial troubles, meant that only a small number of Rocket 3s were ever sold in the US. Today, finding a Rocket 3 in good condition is a rare find, making it a prized possession for any collector of British motorcycles. Number 5. 1975 Norton Commando 850 Mark III. The Norton Commando 850 Mark III was the final version of the iconic Norton Commando series. Released in 1975, it was the result of years of innovation, featuring a larger 850 cubic centimeters engine and improved suspension and braking systems. The MK3 model had a unique, more refined look compared to its predecessors, and it was designed to offer a smoother ride. But by this time, Norton was facing financial instability, and production numbers were low. Only about 3,000 units were made in total, making the 850 MK3 one of the rarest British bikes from the 70s. Despite being overshadowed by other models at the time, the Norton Commando 850 Mark III is now recognized as one of the finest motorcycles of the era and is highly sought after by collectors. Number 6. 1970. Indian 500 cubic centimeters V-twin. Indian Motorcycles was once the biggest competitor to Harley-Davidson, but by the 1970s, the brand had fallen into decline. However, they still produced some notable bikes, including the 500 cubic centimeters V-twin. This bike was a mix of classic Indian design with modern, for the time, technology, featuring a smooth V-twin engine. Only a small batch of these bikes were produced in 1970, and the 500 cubic centimeters engine was a departure from the larger, more powerful engines Indian was known for. As the brand struggled to compete, these bikes became more of a niche product, and they disappeared from the market rather quickly. Today, finding an Indian 500 cubic centimeters V-twin is incredibly rare, making it a highly valuable piece of American motorcycle history. Number 7. 1974, Harley-Davidson XR750. The Harley-Davidson XR750 is perhaps one of the most legendary racing motorcycles in American history. Built primarily for flat track racing, this bike was a true champion on the dirt track, with multiple wins under its belt. Its engine was a 750 cubic centimeters V-twin, tuned for maximum performance, while its frame was designed for handling aggressive racing conditions. While it wasn't produced for public sale, the XR750 was an important part of Harley-Davidson's racing history. The few that were sold to the public are incredibly rare, with only a handful of original models still in existence. If you ever come across one of these bikes, it's a true treasure for both racing enthusiasts and Harley collectors. Number 8. 1971 Yamaha XS1650. Yamaha's 650 cubic centimeters XS1 was one of their early attempts to break into the American market with a larger engine bike. At the time, the US was all about bigger and faster motorcycles, and the XS1 offered a strong, reliable four-stroke engine. Its styling was inspired by the British bikes of the time, but with a Japanese reliability twist. Unfortunately, Yamaha produced the XS1 in small numbers, and as bigger, faster models became more popular, demand for the 650 dropped. Today, the XS1 is a rare find, especially the 1971 version, which had some unique features and design tweaks. Number 9. 1975 Kawasaki Z1R. The Kawasaki Z1R is another underrated classic that's now highly prized by collectors. It was a performance-focused machine, designed with a sleek, futuristic look and built with high-end features like a full-body fairing and advanced suspension. But despite its awesome design and powerful 903 cubic centimeters engine, the Z1R was produced in limited numbers, with only 2,000 units sold in the US market. It didn't become the hit Kawasaki had hoped for, but today it's one of the most desirable bikes from the 70s, often fetching top dollar at auctions. Number 10. 1972 Triumph Trident T150. Triumph's Trident T150 was a powerful three-cylinder motorcycle that stood out for its smooth ride and excellent acceleration. It was designed to compete with other high-performance bikes of the era, and it offered a unique blend of power and elegance. Despite its impressive features, Triumph struggled with production and reliability issues, meaning only a small number of T150 models were produced. Today, the Trident T150 is a rare find, and its three-cylinder engine is considered an engineering marvel by collectors. Number 11. 1970 BSAA 65 Thunderbolt. The BSAA 65 Thunderbolt was a twin-cylinder bike with a 650 cubic centimeters engine that offered solid performance for its time. Although it wasn't a huge seller when first released, the Thunderbolt earned a reputation for its reliability and smooth ride. Only a small number of these bikes were made before BSA's decline, which has made it increasingly rare as time has passed. Finding one in good condition today is a real challenge, and when you do, it's often a prized collector's item. Number 12. 1974 Moto Guzzi 850 T3. The Moto Guzzi 850 T3 is a well-regarded Italian motorcycle that was ahead of its time. It had a large 850 cubic centimeters engine, a fully integrated braking system, and exceptional handling. Its production in the US was limited, and the model never reached the popularity of its Japanese and American competitors. Today, the Moto Guzzi 850 T3 is a rare gem for collectors, appreciated for its unique engineering and Italian craftsmanship. Number 13. 1973. Harley-Davidson FLH 1200 Electra Glide. The Harley-Davidson FLH 1200 Electra Glide is one of the most iconic bikes in Harley's history. It was designed for touring, offering a smooth ride and all the comfort features riders would need for long distances. In 1973, Harley-Davidson released a limited number of the Electra Glide with their new 1,200 cubic centimeters engine, and it quickly became a favorite among long-distance riders. Its rarity today is due to the limited production run, and it's one of the most collectible models for fans of Harley-Davidson's touring bikes. Number 14. 1972 BMW R75/5. The BMW R75/5 was a masterpiece of engineering. Known for its smooth ride, advanced technology, and overall reliability, it featured an air-cooled, twin-cylinder, 750 cubic centimeters engine. Though production was limited, the bike was a breakthrough for BMW, helping them gain a foothold in the American market. Today, it's a sought-after classic, valued for its timeless design and exceptional quality. Number 15. 1976 Harley-Davidson Sturgis. Produced to celebrate the 1976 Sturgis Motorcycle Rally, the Harley-Davidson Sturgis was a limited edition motorcycle designed specifically for the event. It featured special decals and paintwork, and only around 1,500 units were produced. As with many limited edition bikes, its rarity and the significance of the Sturgis Rally make it a true collector's item today. If you ever spot one, it's a true piece of Harley-Davidson history.